Hello Flosstube, welcome to my channel Home Sweet Home Handmade. I'm Natalie and this is episode 71 and it's Sunday the 9th of March, just after midday. And so thank you for joining me and spending part of your day or evening with me. And today I'm going to show you what I've been working on since I last saw you. And thank you to everybody that watched my Flosstube extra I put out last week about part 1 of kits from my stash. And an extra special thank you to Gisela who pressed the super thanks button. That was really appreciated. And also I really appreciate you watching the ads on my videos because every little helps, doesn't it? So if you haven't already done so, grab yourself a cuppa and your stitching and let's spend some time together. We have got Percy and Simon. They have been rampaging around this morning, but I think they've just gone upstairs to have a little snooze on the end of the bed, so we might not see them this episode. It's a lovely day today, really sunny. It really feels like spring is here. So it's great. Here on my own at the moment. Hubby is gone. He went to football, stayed overnight, so he's on his way back. So I thought I'd just film a little update for you today. Quite annoyingly, I've lost a WIP. I started a gift stitch, but I can't find where I've put it. And I want to stitch on it today, so I'm going to have a little bit of a hunt round. I did do that, but I couldn't find it, so it will be in the next episode. So let's get on, shall we? So the first one I'm going to show you is in my Made by Rachel bag, who features on every episode because I've got that many of her bags. And in here is my Riolis kit. Where is the front cover? It's hiding. There we go. Forest calendar. So I'm using everything in the kit, and it is 14 count. It's like a rustic Ada, and I'm using the threads as well, which are cotton and the wool acrylic. And I will put a picture in here of where I was before. I've done the little fairy light, so I said I wanted to do the owl and the little kettle teapot, and I managed to do that. And I actually really enjoyed stitching on this one. So there we go. the light. It's very sunny today. So yeah, so I've started putting in the border there as well. So that is for January, and then the next one is the penguins sharing a cuppa with some love hearts for February. So I will move on to that one, and I will put this sort of quite intricate border down here and along here as well. So yeah, I really like that. So yeah, I enjoyed stitching on that. And if you haven't seen the wool acrylic threads before, it's these ones. They're quite fluffy. I think they've got a bit of a love-hate relationship with people, but I really like them. So you don't have to separate. They just come like that, and I use 2 strands. I use the loop method, but you can see they're quite puffy. So on the owl, it gives him a nice 3-dimensional effect. So that's my Riolis Forest calendar. This might be a bit of a shorter episode this week because I've lost my WIP. I also worked on Jardin Prive Lady Halloween. Just trying to find the front cover. Here it is. So I showed this last time, and I worked down here, got the mouse and the shoe in, and I now wanted to work along here. But something else took my attention that I started and finished, which I'll show you in a moment. But I still do want to show you this. So that's where I am. So I'm stitching this on, I think it's a 14 count 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐞 vintage country cream. So it's a bit like the vintage country mocha, but in a cream. And ooh, a bit of thread. And so I've got the other shoe in, and I've moved on to, I guess it's a toad or frog. So I do want to finish the frog and then get on to the 𝐦𝐤𝐤. Show you. So next time I see you, I hope to have done the frog and then the 𝐦𝐤𝐤. Or at least I've gone round and maybe got the cat in. So I'm trying to do like all the outside edge and then move in and do the lady last. And so when I get onto the lady, I said that I would put a poll on my Instagram of whether to do her hair purple or lime green. So you can find me on Instagram on 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐿 Handmade there as well. So come along and have a follow. I'm stitching this piece with the cottage garden threads and in the colourway Storm. So it's sort of a dark black grey into a light. So yeah, I don't know whether I'm going to get this finished for this Halloween, but I think I will have quite a good lot of it done. Going to hear lots of motorbikes. Everybody's out enjoying the sunny weather today. So I hope everybody's doing all right. and enjoying their stitching, and looking forward to getting their market releases because it's this weekend, isn't it? I've only ordered one thing because I'm on a low spend year. I've ordered the Animal Crackers Stacey Nash Harriet the hare because I love those, you know, and you know my love of animals in clothes, so I'll be looking forward to stitching that one. So the one that has took my attention up since I last saw you, and I am keeping it in this island shamrock bag, which is actually a laundry bag. I got it from a charity shop, but it's keeping all of my St Patrick's Day stitching. And if your name is Wendy, I'll say goodbye to you now. That is a hint to say that it's a gift for my friend who lives in Ireland. So I have stitched 𝐥𝐸𝐤𝐿 from Not Forgotten Farm. So I got this from her Etsy shop, which I'll link below, just as a PDF. And there is also a 𝐦𝐸𝐤𝐿 as well, which I'm going to get, and I will probably stitch for her next year. So I used threads from Stash, and I used a 𝐦𝐨𝐫𝐞 18 count Ada in olive green, and I absolutely loved stitching this. There we go. So I'll get the threads out because you might want to know what colours they are. So the colour that I used for his hair and beard is 𝐦𝐤𝐬𝐺𝐻 Persimmon, a real ginger. His hat and his buttons on his jacket were 𝐦𝐤𝐬𝐺𝐻 Onyx, or you could use DMC 310. And his trousers and some of the shamrocks is Classic Colourworks Fields of Green, and his jacket and the other shamrocks are Classic Colourworks Grasshopper. I use these colours because they were in my stash. Oh, and his little top there is 𝐦𝐤𝐬𝐺𝐻, or is it Classic Colourworks? Hang on, oh please, let me find it in this mess. Here we go. It's Classic Colourworks 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐿. So that is my finish, start and finish on 𝐥𝐸𝐤𝐿, which is a gift stitch for my friend who lives in Ireland. So I need to fully finish that. I'm going to finish it as a not a flat fold, but I've got this fabric, this shamrock fabric, so I'm just going to mount it on some cardboard, and then a bigger bit of cardboard back with this amazing shamrock fabric. I don't know if I've got some rickrack or some little poms or something to mount around there. I was going to do a small pillow, but I think I'll do it as a flat finish and then it'll be easier to post. So I'm going to get on with that this afternoon so I can get it in the post and so she gets it before the 17th of March. So I think I will stitch this for me as well, because it just makes me laugh. So after finishing that one, I made a start on Primrose Cottage Stitches Irish Kisses. And this one is for me, and it will go up here on my little corner shelf, which I need to switch out because it's still got winter and Valentine's. So not too much stitching in that. So I should have this one done when I see you next. So I'm using those threads that I showed you, Grasshopper and Fields of Green, both by Classic Colourworks. And I'm starting on the word Shamrock. This is quite a big piece, so I'm going to put all of my St Patrick's Day Irish stitching on here. And it is one of my absolute bucket list things to do, is to go to New York when it's around the time of St Patrick's Day to see all the parade. I've been to New York before, I thought it was quite amazing, but I'd love to go when it's St Patrick's Day. And also my hubby is a big Wolverhampton Wanderers fan, and they've got a bar in New York where they follow wolves, so he wants to go to the Wolves bar as well. So that will be on my bucket list. So I quite like that finish they've done as well. I'm not sure about the pom-poms. I might do Rick Crack. Cute. So I will finish this up. I will do take a photo and maybe do a little video, and I'll show you in my next episode. Put everything back so it's not a complete disaster. Back in my island bag. So, talking of gift stitching, I can share this with you now because the person has received it. So I stitched this little World of Cross Stitching, I think it was. It was one of their card kits that you get with the magazine. And I stitched it up for a friend that has recently gone through a bit of a tricky time. So yeah, I got that in the post and she had received it. And thank you to Emily, my sister, for helping me with the finish on that. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that. I checked that she'd received it and she had, so I can share it with you now. Right. Something that I got in the post, and this was an intentional purpose, is I showed you last time that I had finished my Mr. Darcy, which I love, and it's I'll show you the pattern. There we go, it's from Miss Prim from her Etsy shop, and I will link below because she's got some quite funny and whimsical patterns. So I wanted some fabric to go on the back because I'm going to make this into a cushion. Obviously I've got to iron it, and I stitched this on some fabric from Stash. It's like a blue-grey Ada, because I'm an Ada stitcher, and I think it's 14 count. And I told you last time, but I don't mind telling you again, the hat and the boots are DMC 310, B5200, which trousers, that is Cupid, I can't remember who. I've still got the threads in here. It's not Schoolhouse Red. I'm sure it's Cupid. Can't find the tag. I need to sort this one out anyway. And that was an old classic Colourworks, so Crescent Colours golden rod, and his jacket was Tennessee red clay. So I managed to find this tea towel. Can't remember where I put it. I think it's from a shop on Etsy called 𝐿𝐸. I will link it below anyway. And it is this. Yes, it is 𝐿𝐸. And it is this amazing tea towel, Pride and Prejudice. So what I'm going to do is, well, a friend of a friend has got a sewing machine. She doesn't live near me, but she's coming to visit her other friend. So I'm going to ask her if we can have a go at backing this. So obviously, half of it will be like the top, and just do like a simple envelope. I think it will work. I didn't even measure if it was wide enough. Let's have a look. Is it going to be wide enough? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's going to be wide enough, yes. So, yeah, they've got some lovely stuff. So that is my backing fabric for my Mr. Darcy pillow, which I will get like a feather pillow, I think, to put in this. So that is waiting to be finished for when a friend of a friend visits with her sewing machine. So I'm pleased that I got that and it's worked out okay. What else have I got to show you? Last time when I did my Flosstube Extra, I showed you this kit, the Heather Ann Blackwork Cats. I think I'm going to have a start on this today. I'll start my usual top left, so I'll be starting with this one. I think I'm going to really enjoy this. So it comes with all the, I'm guessing this is 310, doesn't say, 14 count Ada. I just like their expressions. And this comes from Classic Embroidery. Heather Ann Just Watching. And look at that, I showed you that Simon's little signature of chewing on plastic, he loves it. So I got this from the knitting and stitching show in Harrogate when I went with my sister. So I'm going to start that one today. And talking of cats, my WIP's Begone pick for March was done by Donna Ray's lovely hubby Tom and their doggy Savannah, and it was number 4. And number 4 for me is in another Rachel WIP's Begone, made by Rachel bag, and I just love that fabric. So WIP's Begone is very similar to Jessie Marie Does Stuff 𝐦𝐤𝐤, and I came up with the idea of doing WIP's Begone. So we choose one project per month, and you can pick whatever you like and whatever, stitch 1,000, stitch 50, it's your choice, you do what you like. Last year last year was the first time that I did it, and I put lots of challenges like 50 stitches a day, and I fell behind on it. So this year I've just named the WIP. And so doing this with me is my sister Emily, who is stitching from Gnome Cottage on Instagram. I've linked her below. Donna Ray from Flannel Jammy's Farm, and Amy from Amy Loves Totes. And my number 4 this month for March is Stacey Nash Primitives, the Animal Crackers Clementine. So if you're a long time viewer of my channel, you will already know that I stitched Theodore, put a picture in here. That was a gift stitch for my friend and colleague, and he's got a ginger cat called Teddy. So that was a Christmas present from a couple of years ago. So yeah. So I'm stitching this one. She's called Clementine, but really she's called Miss Betsy, after my beloved Betsy, who passed away in November 2023. And she was a big part of the Flosstube, made a regular appearance, and a big part of our lives, really. So I am using threads from Stash. I haven't picked this up in quite a while because understandably we were both very upset when Betsy passed away, and we were actually away on holiday when she did. So I haven't picked this up for ages. As I said, using threads from Stash, and I'm sort of looking at the picture and picking the colours out. So I'd really love to get this one done. And it feeds into my love of animals in dresses. No, not in dresses, in clothes. So as I say, I'm using all threads from Stash. I've got a couple of other animal crackers in here. I got the British ones from last market. I got the fox and the badger. Was there another one? I can't remember. And then, as I said, I've got Harriet Hare coming. But I've also got Jenny, which is a bird. You've probably seen all of these. And a little nest needle book. And this is Henrietta Hen. So I am aiming on stitching all of these. So yes, I must get back to it. Well, I will get back to it because it's my WIP's begone. So I don't know if I'm going to get the full dress done, but let's see if I can get the dress at least down to there. It does look like Betsy. She had more of a white face. It does remind me of her. So that's my WIP's begone for March. And then I've got one piece of haul. So I got the tea towel to back my Mr. Darcy piece, and then I picked up this one. I'll just show you this WIP first. So this is old Teddies. It's a sunset kit, which I can't remember if it was a Christmas start. I think it might have been a Boxing Day or New Year. I'm not very good at writing things down when I start them. I'm just eager to stitch, that's all. So somebody, a viewer, commented that she had got a kit as well. I'll just show you where I've got with this one. And I do need to pull this one out again. I seem to say that was all of my WIPs. So I started on the house in the background, so to get this frame in and down to the teddy. So yeah, a viewer said that she'd got a kit very similar called Honey Bear. And I searched it on the internet and I thought, oh wow, that's beautiful. And when I found it on eBay, it was really expensive, and I could only find it in the US. So I just put a search on there and thought, well, if it comes up and it's a reasonable price, I'll get it as a companion piece. And I did. I managed to get it. So it is Honey Bear. He's got a different ribbon on, but these would look great as companion pieces. So this one has got similar page Ada. Oh, look, all those threads to sort. That will be a job for Emily. Because I'm useless at sorting them out. So I usually take this round to hers, and she's great. She does it for me in a jiffy. So this one is from 2001. So I think I might do a centre start. There. Lovely. I'm really chuffed to have picked that one up. But as I say, I must get a few more stitches on this one before I think about starting that one. So I think that's all I've got to show you today. I would have had two more starts to show you. One is a gift and the other one I wanted to stitch for me. I will hunt them out and show you next time. Otherwise I'll have to do a restart. I haven't done very much on them, but isn't it frustrating when you can't find something? I've always been like this. Put things down and they just automatically grow legs and walk away. So I'll hunt that down and I will show you next time. So thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate it, and I love having the interaction with you in the comments. I love what you say you've been working on, or also thank you so much for all of the comments about the banding, the Ada banding for that Jardin Prive, the long piece. That's great. I'm not planning on starting it just yet, but I've noted down all of the shops, the websites that you suggested, and I will go and look them up. So thanks so much for that. There was one or two that I'd never heard of, so I'll check them out, and then when I'm ready to start that, I'll order some Ada banding and make a start on that. So that's great what this community is about, isn't it? Helping each other out. So until next time, I think I'm going to film my Kits from Stash Part 2 next weekend. So I'll be back with you in a week's time. So until then, stay happy, healthy, and happy stitching, everybody. Bye.